Here's where this gets very crazy, and this is exactly what's wrong with dating dynamics today and why so many men are frustrated and why men and women just can't get along on a lot of different levels. And a lot of these, her right here, that's a distraction from getting right here. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on today's video. Brought the handy dandy whiteboard out because we're going to break down everyone's favorite topic, which is dating dynamics and why dating today is so screwed up, because it really truly is, and a lot of it boils down to what we're going to be talking about. So it's really important that you pay attention to this lesson if you want to learn how to escape the trap that society and the string pullers at the top have set up in order to keep us enslaved and not with people we truly want to be with when it comes through dating and relationships, and why so many men are trapped and feel like they can only rely on their phones and their right hands in order to get pleasure out of life. So I want you guys to let all of these lines represent different levels within the social dynamic hierarchy of men and women, okay? So this is going to be the low end on the bottom, and this is going to be the high end. And within these different degrees of the social hierarchy, which basically represents the economics and the social standing of men and women within our society. Obviously there's more than these levels, but this is just what we're going to use for now. It's an infinite number because everyone's at a different place when it comes to this scale. So let's just say we have a man that's a little bit above low, but not all the way high when it comes to the social standing. And then we'll have a woman, let's say like just a little bit above average right here. And this woman's on the frequency or the social attraction level for this certain amount of money, this outlook on life, or her, we could say, attitude and social standing. And the same thing applies to the man and any other stick figures that I draw on this board. What you have to understand is a man on this level, and on any level as you'll see, can only attract to him women that are at this level that he's on in terms of money, outlook, or attitude and social standing, or below his level that he's currently at. Obviously, we can go up and down. We'll talk about that as this goes on. You're not always stuck at your social standing in life. We know these things. But for the sake of this argument, let's just say he's at this point in time where he is on this sort of lower frequency of social standing. The man is a lot different than the woman when it comes to what he can attract in the modern day world. You might have to understand, if you're at this level as a man, you can only attract females or women that are on this exact same frequency or social standing as you, or below it. However, and this is where men get frustrated, and this is where hypergamy comes into the conversation, the woman at this level right here is only going to be attracted to men at this level that she's at in terms of money, her outlook, her attitude, and her social standing, and above. And she's not even going to see any men beneath where she is on this social pyramid or hierarchy. She's not even going to notice them. And the reason for this is because of security. She needs resources in order to provide for not only herself, but for potential offspring, for children she might have. So she's always going to be looking for the top 5%, we'll say 10% man. And like I said, all of the men in the social hierarchy leading up to the 5 to 10% man, let's just say this is like the 1% man at the very top. He can provide the most security, therefore he is the most desirable. And he's also the most desirable, we'll get into this later on, to this woman as well, and to all the women on the chart. This is where it gets crazy. And this 5% man, he has access to everything below him in the social standings. Everything. Women at this level, this level, this level, this level, all the way down, he has access to it. And they want him. And men need to realize this. Men need to wake up to this fact. He's given priority and he has access to all of the levels if he so chooses. Now, he doesn't have to choose to date all these women and hook up and procreate with all these different women, like an Elon Musk doesn't do stuff like that, or a Jeff Bezos who has his wife or his girlfriend, but he's not over here like just banging tons of women. He has potential access to do all those things, being the richest man in the world, that he can provide the most security, and a lot of women, regardless of how he looks, will dismiss his looks for the security he can provide. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that he has access and priority, if he so chooses, to date, hook up, marry, do whatever he wants to do with all these women at the different levels here. And usually the only time a woman that is in higher social standing than a man she's with will ever meet up is if this guy is a boy toy or a short-term fling. But this only applies if he is very attractive or has a mouthpiece on him that is just like out of this world. And you see this a lot of times in movies like The Notebook or The Titanic, where you have the rich woman that's from a well-established aristocratic family, and she finds the lower pauper boy, the poor boy, very attractive, and they have a short-term fling. That is very rare. This man cannot provide as much security, and there's social pressures within the family, her parents telling her who she should and should not marry. That usually does not work out. Here's where this gets very crazy, and this is exactly what's wrong with dating dynamics today and why so many men are frustrated and why men and women just can't get along on a lot of different levels. The man right here at the very bottom or the low end of the social standing. This man on the lowest level of the social hierarchy can only attract women below this level or at his level. The issue with this is even the women at this man's level in the social hierarchy are looking up constantly because of this thing right here, security. This rules everything on this plane of existence. We have to realize this. So even though there's a suitable candidate at her social hierarchy level, you would think, for her, she's constantly, let's just say they get together. Let's just say they end up getting together and they date, right? Or even they marry. No matter what, this is the crazy part, she's always going to be looking up constantly. And they can be together for 10 to 15 years. And she's going to still be looking up for more security. And this man's going to feel the pressure to continue. This can be a good thing in a way too, because it can kind of get this man to snap into things and start working his ass off to work his way up this social hierarchy, you know, because he sees his wife's looking up. But a lot of times, she's looking so far up that this man feels like, you know what the heck? I'm working my butt off at this 9-to-5 job. I'm trying to do my best to pay all these bills and provide the lifestyle for you. But no matter what I do, it seems like I can't bring this fantasy to you that Netflix and these fake, delusional, propagated reality shows bring us, which is absolute garbage, in order to corrupt the mind of our women and make them think that this man is available to all of them, the 5 to 10% man, when they have a perfectly fine man at this level right here. No. Security is king to women. You have to realize this. This comes first over anything. It doesn't matter how nice you are. It doesn't matter how well her family likes you. It doesn't matter the dinners you cook, the trips you take her on. It doesn't matter. You can't provide this. Count your days, buddy. Count your days. So what ends up happening is usually this guy ends up resorting to things like pornography or erotic fantasy or even dolls. Because what it all boils down to is he feels a lack of appreciation, genuinely. Because he feels like, you know what, I'm doing the best I can with the cards I've been dealt in life, and these women at this level with me are not appreciating or respecting it. And instead of dating these women, giving these women my money, my time of day, my free time, whatever it is, I'm going to just settle for these things. Now, I have an issue with these things. If you've ever seen other videos on this channel, you know I am not for this thing right here, erotic fantasy. I'm not for that. I'm not for this either, okay? What I think, and the solution that I'm trying to preach in this video, what I think men should do if you're at this level, or you're at any level, even if you're at this level, this is what you should be doing. Self-improvement consistently. Constantly striving to climb this ladder in this life we're living in. Because no one's gonna do it except for you. No one's gonna do it. I hate to tell you, men, it's up to you to get out of life what you want out of it. No one's gonna hand you the instruction manual on how to do it. No one's gonna do your push-ups. No one's gonna read for you. No one's gonna watch these videos for you and actually not just watch these videos, but go out there and put a dent in the earth and figure out what you're here to do. No one's gonna do that for you except for you. So it's up to you to invest in yourself every single day, especially if you're at these lower levels. Because you probably have more free time. You know? Especially if you're not dating women, which you shouldn't be at these levels anyway. I mean, even the most successful men in the world, they're not over here like running around with women. You should be investing in yourself every single day. Every moment is a moment to invest. And you will reap the harvest one day. As ye sow, so shall you reap. But you can't do both in the same season. We have to understand that. So dedicate 5 to 10 years of constant, continual 1% growth daily in one skill. Don't have all these different skills here, there, and everywhere. Invest in one thing and become a professional at it. Stop messing around. This is your life we're talking about. 5 to 10 years. The time's gonna pass anyway. It's gonna pass. You have 5 to 10 years to really make a dent in this universe and be able to. It's not to get women at the top. This is not what this is about. This is yourself. This is your life we're talking about. This is opportunities for you to actually experience the joys of this life. And then if you want to help your family, you can do all this stuff here. That's what we're trying to work and strive towards here on this channel. It has nothing to do with dating women, okay? But it's gonna take discipline, 5 to 10 years. You have to sow right now. Don't worry about reaping, just sow. That's what it's gonna take. Every single day. No excuses, guys. I love you all. I know this is a passionate video, and I know this is probably a little bit intense. I'm sorry, I'll try to tone it down next time. But just know this comes from a place of I actually care about you, and I'm telling you the truth, revealing all this to you, and letting you know from my perspective and what I've had to do, what it takes, and what you should really be focused on in life. And that is investing in yourself and constant, continual self-analyzation, self-actualization, and self-improvement. And a lot of these, her right here, that's a distraction from getting right here. Love you all, stay blessed. Drop a like on the video.